Good evening, folks. Hope you guys are doing well and having a fantastic weekend. And happy Holi to all Indians who are on the show. It's great to be back. I was a little unwell for the last couple of days. I'm recovering from a bout of food poisoning, and I had kind of prepared a very interesting topic for today. And it's more to do with why strength training is more important for women in their 40s. I was planning to do it last week, but due to travel, I couldn't. But yeah, here we go. And I think this is a very important topic. So stay till the end. Let me do a quick overview of what we're going to discuss today. So I'm going to talk about why is it important for women in their 40s in particular? Uh, what are the changes that their body goes through, and why resistance training specifically is more important for women even compared to men. That's what we talk about. Now, you have to understand you could have any type of goals in your 40s. Right? Typically, women they like looking pretty and attractive. And of course, in their 40s, it just tends to drop down a little bit. That's natural at the age even for men. But if you actually see women look comparatively prettier than men in their 40s because they tend to maintain themselves pretty well. Uh, but right around the menopause and just after that, you would see that the decline is much more rapid, right? And that's not a coincidence. It's just the way their body is designed. Now, whatever your goal, right? A lot of people go to the gym for different reasons. You could go for vanity reasons, or you could go for fitness reasons, or you could go for a good feel reason. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The the idea is that you go and then you you get pretty much whatever you wish you have in your mind, right? Some of this, one of the reasons I'm doing this is also because I end up meeting a lot of people due to my gym visits. And I also meet a lot of women in their 40s. And they usually, when I get to talk to them, they don't seem to understand the nuances behind the gym resistance training, cardio, etc. And I thought this video would be a good eye opener for a lot of women as to why it is important for them. What are some myths that they shouldn't worry about, and what they could do to have a better looking themselves, right? Going forward. Okay, great. So let me just share my screen and show you one important reason or two important reasons why you should first go to the gym. Forget all other important aspects. Okay, great. So I think you guys can see my screen. Number one, decreasing bone mass with age in men and women. Yes, sex does play a part, as you can see, compared to men where the bone density seems pretty much reasonable and dips a bit slower compared to women. You can see for women, it peaks until your 40s and 30s and 40s, and then there's a large dip as you touch your late 40s and menopause, and then post that, the bone loss is pretty steep, right? Which means your density is reducing, you're becoming weaker, and that's not good for you, right? Fine, that's biology, but this is one reason. Keep that in mind. We can have I just took a separate graph for women just to see, instead of comparison, just to see how it works. And also I'll show you the difference in your, so this kind of rate drop is very similar in muscle mass too. So bone mass is one and then muscle mass one. So it's called osteopenia. When you lose bone density, it's called osteopenia. And the part where you lose muscle is called sarcopenia. These are the two losses that men also go through, women also go through. Just that women go through this at a much rapid pace compared to men. That's a disadvantage, but that's how it is, right? Now you understand why I said it's more important for women than men, right? But what can you do with exercise? Of course, in terms of both muscle mass and bone mass, you can see the graph of how it is looking with age between exercisers and non-exercisers, right? And this is, of course, very specific to resistance training, which is why I'm going to talk about it. But this gives you a great uh, idea of how you can change your, let's say, your body, your bone and muscle as you age to make sure you retain most of its functionality the way you had in your 40s, right? And at least the decline is not as steep or rapid as you don't want it to be. That's it. So this will be the main topic. So let's just start with the first step. I want to cover some myths, right? Number one, going to the gym is too late for you. This is a very typical argument that I've seen from a lot of people. Oh, I don't want to go to the gym. I'm already too old. In fact, the older you are, the more important it is that you have to go to the gym. I've given you examples of Satyanji. Last week, I saw another friend who's in her 40s and her parents who are in late 70s, husband and wife. They started coming to the gym as a couple, and it's very pleasing to see them. I cheered them from the bottom of my heart. So never think that it is too late for you. If you start early and build muscle and strengthen your bones, it's better. But if you have not been to the gym so far, it's okay. Start going to the gym, even if it's in 40s. Nothing is too late. Okay, number one. Number two, sorry. Cardio is the best form to lose weight. No, I've told this before in other fitness related videos. Cardio will help, might help you lose weight, but you will also end up losing a lot of your muscle, which is exactly what we don't want you to lose, isn't it? Right? So you can do cardio, as in you try and alternate cardio of any form along with resistance training, but without some form of resistance training, it's impossible for you to retain your muscle mass. I mean, imagine hanging a cloth over in a hanger in a neat manner versus just dropping it somewhere in a mold of in a mushy place, right? That's how it's going to be. You need your bone so that it can hold muscles, and then you have the muscles shaped nicely so that your dress fits better or your body looks toned, right? Which is probably one of your goals if you want to go to the gym. So don't overdo cardio. It is okay to alternate with the gym. The other thing I want to generally tell you is a lot of people have this goal of reducing the fat and adding muscle, which is very normal. Even men have the same goal. You instead of doing both cardio and resistance training on the same day, try and do it alternate days if that's your thing, or at least have a long gap because kind of both are antithetical to their means, right? In the sense, cardio is a different function and it's a different function. So if you want to build muscles, make sure you go to the gym. Don't discount that. Lifting weights will make you look bulky, right? Don't worry. As a man, I can tell you that even for a man, building muscle is extremely hard. It is not easy. I've been going for about 2.5 years to get into a reasonable shape, and it takes time. I've seen a lot of men in the gym who've been there for like 5 years, 6 years, or even 10 years, who just have the right amount of muscle. Building muscle in itself is extremely hard, and more women have 1/15 to 1/20th of the testosterone levels that men have, and you will not bulk up like typical men do. I mean, let's say exceptional men do. So you don't really have to worry about it. Just go there, do your exercise, and you'll be fine. Should not be in your mind. You can retain your femininity and still be in the gym and still retain your femininity. It won't be a problem. This is the third reason, right? Now the fourth one, spot reduction. Don't go with wrong expectations to the gym that I will reduce my fat only in the thighs or only from your, let's say, stomach or belly, etc. Fat burning has to happen all over your body. It cannot happen from one specific part. Of course, you can build muscle in any specific part, be your glutes or arms or shoulders, etc. That's possible. You can focus more if you think it's not developed well enough according to your expectations. But losing fat from a particular spot or a place is not possible. So don't go with interest. The reason I'm telling some of these myths is that people tend to go with the wrong expectations to the gym. Knowing this would help you. What is it that you're going to expect when you go to the gym for a sustained period of time? So this pretty much is the highlight, right? So obviously, the main intent for which you should be going to the gym is to make sure you arrest the decline of your bone density and your muscle loss. That's it. These are the two main reasons. The eventual outcome of doing all of this will be a great toned body, much slower decline in terms of how you look. You will start looking Indian, that much I can guarantee. Your dresses will fit better and you will look more attractive, like maybe like how you look in your mid 30s or etc. Now, now this being covered, I also want to speak about a little bit about estrogen and menopause. Right? As you approach menopause and around that age, maybe in your mid 40s or late 40s, your estrogen levels are coming down, which is in fact having a great debilitating effect on your bone density and bone mass, right? That's one of the main reasons. So that's why your hair quality, your skin quality, collagen levels in the skin, everything starts dropping as you age, and which is one of the reasons after menopause, the women, I mean, in general, how do I say it? Yeah, the way you look starts declining more rapidly after your menopause, right? That's the main reason. Um, and by doing strength training and having some of these basic things going in your life, you will be able to counter that and have a better quality of life. So now that this part is out, right, what is it that you should be doing as part of your, let's say, strength training, and how often should you use that? Would be something that you might have in mind. So let's look at some basic things. Uh, let's say you're already into cardio, I'm assuming, or if you're not, you should still do cardio to have a good VO2 max and cardiovascular health, right? That is your heart and lung health and blood vessels, etc. So apart from that, right, you should try for 2 to 3 sessions per week, each of, let's say, 30 to 40 minutes. That's more than enough. You cover all your body parts, legs, shoulders, chest, triceps, and biceps. That's kind of more than enough. And of course, your back, miss that. But do it about 3 to 4 times a week. Maybe 3 times a week, I would say, to start off is more than enough. If you think even that is a bit difficult, do at least twice a week, right? Even on weekends is good enough. And mix it up with a lot of walk that you do and a little bit of Zumba and other exercise that you're part of. If you're already into yoga, another part that's even better. Yoga, I personally think, is a has a very complementary effect to doing, let's say, going and working out in the gym. So if you're into yoga with a combination of strength training, it's even better for you. Over time, uh, you should also understand that as you grow muscles, right, your metabolism will improve, which means your fat deposits won't be as much as it will be, and your since you put muscle, your metabolism will more, right? That's it's enough if you know that, and your flexibility and mobility will also improve. So along with strength training, you should sleep well, right? A lot of women typically struggle with it. Let's say combination of having pressure at work and also coming back home and taking care of the chores at the house if you're doing that. So and your sleep might go for a hit. So if that's the case, you need to sort that out. A lot of good diet, sunlight, and bunch of other things that I'm talking about will not have a great effect on you if you don't sleep pretty well. And of course, stress also plays a part, but that's pretty much known. And about high protein diet, for your muscles to grow, you have to have adequate amount of protein. Aim for about zero point 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight, or at least, even 1 gram per kilogram is still fine if you can manage that. So these are key things for you to do along with the strength training, and not ignore these critical factors. And over time, also look at progressively increasing the weights that you lift in the gym. Because with age, what happens is, again, nothing specific to women, but in general, if you want to retain the muscle, and since your metabolism also adjusts over time with the activity that you do, body gets used to it, right? It just wants you to be very efficient at expending calories. So as you age, you try and lift a little more and more so that you can retain the muscle mass for much longer. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today. Hope it opened you to some possibilities of what you can expect in your 40s and mid 40s, and how gym can help you uh, counter some of the age or biological decline that you will face in your life. That is pretty much natural. I hope this was useful, and if you do find it useful, do like, share, and comment. If you have any questions, feel free to drop in a comment. I'll try and cover that in my next episode. Happy gymming and stay beautiful.